The Cage Fury Fighting Championship 92 main event. Alberto Trujillo, the defending flyweight champ, takes on Phumi Nkuta. Exciting matchup between two hot prospects. Alberto Trujillo, a bit more experienced, both coming from good camps. Phumi Nkuta training at the Longo and Weidman team. Alberto Trujillo at Alliance MMA. Really exciting matchup here. I first want to preview a bit of both guys' records. Let's first talk about the defending champion, Alberto Trujillo. 5-1 as a professional. Also has a pretty good amateur background. 6-0 as an amateur. As a pro, that one loss was at Combate in 2019. He lost to Joe Camilo. He came back to Combate, wins a fight against Edgar Cherez. Dominant performance there. And in his last fight, picked up that CFFC flyweight championship against Sento Curletolo. He won that fight by a TKO. I like him a lot. He has a really interesting style. If you look, very good grappling base. We'll quickly pull up some footage of him. This was actually his Combate fight here. He won this fight. Good performance. Very grappling heavy performance. If you look, shoots for the legs. Gets his opponent up against the cage and is going to work for takedowns. The trip there, beautiful. Doesn't get it right away, but he keeps working for it. And he doesn't stop. He's a grinding wrestler. He's a guy that's going to continually put pressure and look for that takedown. Now, Phumi Nkuta is no slouch on the ground. As I mentioned, trains at a good team. 2-0 as a professional. Does have a 5-0 record. In amateur MMA, win in Bellator. I'd say that's a pretty impressive debut against a 1-0 Adrian Hatley. Then comes over to CFFC, wins his fight by submission against Ben Coyle, who was debuting as a pro. Have some footage of him as well. What you're going to see from him, explosive striking style, most definitely. Another guy who really shines on the ground. You see here, big power in his hooks, hurts his opponent to the body, ripping him with wide shots. His looping hooks are devastating, and he hits really hard. Takedowns, the way he chains them is very well. Does have a wrestling background. I believe he wrestled in high school, not a collegiate wrestler. Still, high school background in wrestling. Has a jiu-jitsu background. I believe he's a practitioner of jiu-jitsu since 12 years of age. Muay Thai as well. Both guys are pretty well-rounded. I do feel that Nkuta a bit more well-rounded though. On the ground, I think it's a competitive matchup. I think we may see this fight take place on the feet a bit because I think both guys may struggle to get each other to the ground with good wrestling bases. If it does get to the ground, submission edge definitely for Phumi Nkuta here. Alberto Trujillo is a real strong guy. He's powerful. He's good with his control. I don't know if he's going to control Nkuta. As I mentioned, the Longo team, I mean, those guys have elite level jiu-jitsu. He's training with the best guys in the world. I think he's going to be good off his back here. Lots of potential for both guys. Personally, I see this fight as a competitive fight. I see it probably going the distance, and I think it's back and forth, but I do think Phumi Nkuta gets the win here. I know Trujillo does have that advantage as far as experience goes, has fought the higher level guys, but I think in the gym, Nkuta is training with some good competition. I think he's developing nicely, and I think he's a guy to keep an eye on. UFC potential, I feel, for both guys, but especially Phumi Nkuta. I think he wins this fight by a decision. Hot prospect in the CFFC. I think he becomes the champion. This will just be his third professional fight. Definitely keep an eye on this guy. Excellent main event. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Going to be covering a lot of regional MMA as well as the UFC and some of the bigger leagues. But I really want to get a chance to focus on some prospects, some up-and-coming guys. So you will see me covering regional MMA main events and some smaller promotions. And it should be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see this fight here. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video.